When you have 4 CLK Mercedes on your driveway, something's not right. So today I'm working with this 08 CLK350, and the problem is the long crank, or sometimes it does not start at the first crank. So we'll try to figure out what the problem is. When it starts, it runs right, it accelerates, it does whatever you would like it to do. It's just the starting sequence sometimes is not as good as I would like it to be. So let's see, it's a very cold start, first start in the morning. It's hesitated. I'm gonna leave it for a couple moments, and we'll see if it's gonna start again same way. Let's try again couple minutes later. Each next time it kinda starts okay. Let's connect the fuel pressure gauge. I'm in the process of the cover removal, and so fuel ramp, we have the nipple right here. Let's see what we can see. It's kind of awkward angle for the hose to be routed. And there is no priming, it's still zero. It should be at normal pressure now. So you can see how pressure actually drops to zero. It actually should stay pressurized at least for some time after the engine is turned off. Something is not sealing. It could be the maybe the pressure regulator in the tank. It could be leaky injector possibly. Okay, we're gonna have to investigate it further. I just want to command the fuel pump to turn on, just to see how it builds the pressure. Okay, just command it. Okay, instantly. So the pressure is good, 56. And now I commanding to stop. And the pressure is kind of dropping fast, and it's dropping to zero. So unless the pressure regulator in the tank totally failed, or maybe there is some kind of check valve that failed, it could be the case. So we need to check on that. Let me show what kind of test I'm about to perform. So this is the computer diagnostic scanner. So we right now it's off. Off is active, which means the pump is deactivated. The pressure here is zero. Let me command the pump. Pump is active. I can hear it. You can see the pressure. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna pinch this hose. I'll try to pinch it. Maybe I'm gonna need both hands. One moment, guys. Okay, I pinched the hose. The pressure still here. I'm gonna command pump to turn off. Come on, F4. Pump is turned off. The pressure is sitting here, just as normal. I mean, no dropping. Pump is off, active. I mean, it's means inactive. And let's see, I will release the clamp and the pressure instantly gets back to the tank. That means that the left side, which contains the fuel pressure regulator and filter, is not holding the pressure because it's supposed to have like a check valve, and it's not working. Bad news. A lot of work. Another test I would like to do is to first of all get to this assembly on the driver's side, where the fuel line is coming out from and goes to the engine bay. And I'm gonna try to push some air into this fuel line that comes out from the sending unit assembly, like with the regulators and stuff, and see how hard it is to, you know, push through the check valve in case there is one that works or no, because it looks like how the pressure is dropping, the check valve doesn't do any good job. I opened the access panel to this assembly, which contains like the filter and the pressure regulator. I got this clear hose pipe, and I'm gonna attach it to the, you know, nipple from this assembly. So first of all, let's see how it goes outwards. So I'll suck it just slightly. Maybe you'll be able to see if the gas is coming out or no. Gas is not coming out. Okay, I was able to overcome the, you know, whatever pressure. Now you can see the gas probably. You can see, but when I, you know, release the pipe, the gas is coming back into the tank. And I think, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I don't think so. I think the check valve should close it. Let's see how it's gonna respond to the hose. I'm not sure, maybe it's gonna fly out from the nipple, so I'm gonna introduce some, you know, some air. So so the air is definitely pushing the gas back. You know, I think what's happening, this either check valve or the regulator, I'm not sure which one, if the check valve is the standalone unit or it's inside the regulator. When we introduce the compressed air in, it helps to seal it back. But when the gas is there without much pressure, like free flowing, it gets inside. That's my assumption. I slightly adjusted my setup, so I connected the pump directly to the outlet of the, this assembly, and I'm gonna try to do I'm gonna do the actuation test, and I'm control the fuel pump to start to work. We'll see, hopefully, that the pressure gonna raise. Okay, pressure is raising, and we are at 56, like normal. My GoPro died, so I commanded the pump to turn on. You can probably hear how it's working, the normal pressure right now. I'm gonna command the pump to turn off, and we'll see if the pressure gonna stay or drop. F4. I do not understand, to be honest. Where is the problem? It's dropping, but not as fast as it was dropping when we connected the gauge to the rail. Doesn't make sense. It's getting slightly warm outside. I'm freaking, I don't know, it's like rain came off. But what I did, I replaced the sending unit, like the driver's side thing that went, all the way to the passenger side, and that's what I have right now. So I primed the engine, or the fuel line. The fumes are getting to me. So yeah, I primed it. I started the car. Hold on, we need to make sure the fuel gets all the way to the engine. I probably dumped, because how the fuel can get, yeah, the fumes are getting to me. This is the line, to the engine, and this is the actually exit from the tank. Yeah, I was trying to start the engine, but take a look right here. The pressure is not dropping at all, or almost not. It's barely moving. So that concludes the diagnostic and the repair, pretty much. This brand new Delphi unit is junk. This 18 years old from my parts car works perfect. I'm gonna button it up, and I'm gonna need to close the side where the pump is, because all the connections are on the pump side. So I finally installed those pain in the butt, clamping rings or whatever. I made sure this time I connected all the connections, including the fuel line. I clipped, or actually snapped. I locked this, how everyone says, one-time use clamp, which is actually not true at all. In order to clamp it, you simply need to use this kind of pliers, I would say, and it's very easy to clamp. It just clamps right back in place. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna need to prime it a few times. I think the rail is still empty. Let's start the engine. I'll try to. Okay, now the rail is, how it calls, is primed. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna wait for a couple of minutes. So previously the pressure was dropping probably like in 30 seconds or a minute. And we'll try to crank it again. I decided to do even better visual test, and I connected the gauge again to the rail, and here it just sits. I bet it's gonna start right away, like it should, like with the first crank. Once again, sits at 55 or so, and almost no movement at all. I cannot even see the movement, to be honest. And previously it was like dropping like that. So yeah, it's a confirmed fix. It's been about 10 minutes or so, and this is where we're at. So it dropped about 8 psi, I think, and the reason it's still there, the moment I will start to undo the hose, it's gonna be shooting the gasoline everywhere. About an hour passed and it's still holding like 40 psi, so I cannot wait, I guess, much longer. I need to remove this gauge somehow. So yeah, I already assembled the back. Everything smells as the gas because I spilled some gas on the carpets, lucky me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's been a fairly straightforward repair despite it's being messy and smelly. I'll see you in the next video.